Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's very special episode of LANGERR at the Mic. We are joined by a very special guest, and we're doing things a little bit differently today with this special guest. She is a choreographer, Zumba instructor, TV host, podcaster, and so much more. She is Marny Florence. How are you today, Marny?
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so great. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm fantastic, and thank you so much for joining the show today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm so excited. Yeah, let's get into it.
So first of all, so you do a lot of stuff, right? That's a lot. That's a long resume you have right there. So did I miss anything? Please fill the gaps wherever I missed anything.
I'm also an audience coordinator at CTV. I'm a trip leader for West Coast and Birthright. I just want to do everything, and I want to be everywhere with everyone. COVID restricts that, but yeah, doing what I can and just always running with passion. Whatever feels right, I'm just running with.
Excellent. That's the key to life, right? So, and we'll talk a little bit about that around the end of our show. But first of all, I just want to give a shout out to your Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube account. You can follow Marny at Marnflow on Instagram and TikTok, and you can follow her Marny exclamation point on YouTube. That's her channel. I'll include that all in the description below. So let's get started. So my first question to you is, I think you told me that somewhere around 400 bar mitzvahs or so, right?
Exactly. 8 years I've been dancing at bar mitzvahs, and that's how I got into hosting as well. So I was, so comfortable and loving the dancing I was doing, and I just, someone tossed me the mic because I was already so comfortable at dancing, and then I was like, oh, this is fun. I'm a dance teacher. I'm a Zumba instructor. Let's just pick up a microphone at these parties now. So yeah, close to 400 bar mitzvahs. I was flown to Miami and New York last year. I've been flown to Vancouver, Calgary, Winnipeg, all over for bar mitzvahs. So yeah, hype girl 101.
Excellent. And what inspired this love for dance and choreography and all this, and what inspired Hype Girl 101? You tell me.
So I started dancing when I was 4, and I've had competitive dance training for my whole life. And then I was in a professional dance company, and I danced in high school as well. So dance. Then throughout school, I was doing like little odd jobs, like in the evenings or on the weekends or whatever. So when I graduated from George Brown event planning in 2015, I was like, let's go part-time, full-time. So I was with 10 brand ambassador companies, 3 background agencies. I taught dance at 4 different places, and I was with 5 dance companies. So I didn't sleep for the past 5 years, but
It doesn't look like it. It sure as heck doesn't look like it.
Thank you. Quarantine, I caught up on sleep. Yeah, I ran around the city trying everything. I was a magician's assistant. I was in a circus company. I was in the MMVAs. I've opened for Prince Harry. I'm in Alessia Carr's music video. And I just went for it. So it was about meeting people and just one thing leading to the next. So my hype girl comes from, me feeling 100% and wanting to just express that and push that out to the world. I try to be as inspiring and motivational as I can on my Instagram, because I'm like, I'm going for my dreams, go get yours. I want to be that hype girl because I feel so energetic, and I'm jumping out of bed every day because I get to do what I love, and I want to inspire others to do the same.
That's honestly, that's a true gift right there. And we'll talk a little bit again about that towards the end of our show. But what I also want to ask you is, of all this experience that you just talked about, what's your favorite experience in dance and choreography?
It's a very good question. I'd have to say the MMVAs, because we went onto the red carpet, and I have selfies with Shawn Mendes and Meghan Trainor and Loud Luxury and Chrissy from This Is Us, and I got to meet Alessia Cara. So I was in her music video 2 years before that, and I didn't get to meet her. So it was my life goal to meet her. So that experience, I've been watching the MMVAs since I was little growing up. Oh, I wish I was a dancer on that stage. How do I get there? And I ended up the last MMVAs that were ever a thing, I was in.
Fantastic. And that sounds like I'm sure you have a lot of fun stories and all that amazing experience. Can you share any with us today?
Oh my God.
Other than what you just said, obviously.
Yeah, I have some random stories. Yeah, from, being flown just for a day to Miami, or I was background acting in a bunch of TV shows and movies. One time I made Robert Pattinson laugh on set while they was recording, and they had to say cut because of me. I have a picture with Adam Sandler. I was in Pixels. Yeah, some, what else do I have? Like, just every day was a new experience for me. I worked at music as a hostess, and I met Drake and Usher. I served the only drink I've ever served was to Usher. Yeah, so
That's a
just like
pretty good batting average right there.
pardon.
That's a pretty good batting average right there. 1 for 1. Celebrity. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's my claim to fame. Yeah, so just like cool random situations that, like, honestly, it was so much the past 5-6 years. It was a new story every day. So yeah, love just like being out there. I worked for TIFF, and I walked A-list celebrities to their interviews. So I've met like Daniel Radcliffe and Meryl Streep and J-Lo, and it was crazy. It was crazy. I couldn't believe what was happening. And then when I was an audience coordinator for CTV, that was the coolest, best job I've ever had. And I'm just waiting for the audience to come back. When are 70 strangers going to be in a room again? Because I want to be an audience coordinator.
Yeah, it's look, I mean, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wait for that. But again, like, just I find you're doing a fantastic job, just still staying hype, finding, staying busy, staying motivated, staying inspired, even throughout these difficult times. But little off-script question here. So, of all these celebrities that you got to hang out with, what was your favorite celebrity experience, would you say?
It's a great question.
I'm known for asking good questions.
Favorite celebrity experience? Probably Alessia Cara. Probably when I got to speak to her, it was my whole conversation with her was recorded by my sister, and I was like, "I'm in your music video." She goes, "I know." She's like, "Thank you so much. It means so much to me that you're in it." And she's like, "I'm so sorry I couldn't meet you guys when you were filming. Do you want a picture?" Like, it was just such an outstanding on top of the world experience.
And were you like a dancing in the back, like in that music video, or were you just like an extra, or like what was
In
your role?
So in The Scars to Your Beautiful by Alessia Cara, I speak in it. I say my name, and we're each of us that are in it because we have an insecurity that we're opening up about. So it showed me, with no makeup on and then done up. The editor actually thought I was two different people. That's how different I looked. That when we're all introducing us at the beginning, we all say our first names, but I say Marny and then Florence in my no makeup look. Like, that's how different I looked. Yeah, so I'm not dancing in it, but I have a speaking role, and
I mean, that's like, yeah, how, like, that's your lead role there. Who am I kidding? You're a star, of course, in that music video. That's fantastic. But also something else that I think you've been a part of as well. You were a cheerleader at one point as well, right?
That's right, for Toronto Rock Lacrosse,
Hmm.
and it was the best team. It was so much fun. 2 years I was on the team. We got to perform at the ACC, which is now the Scotiabank Arena, and I ended up not only dancing, but the second year I was on the team, I got to choreograph. So 10,000 people saw my choreography, and it was so cool.
Really, that's fantastic. But also another one of the many other big highlights, I guess, of your tenure in the media and in dancing and all that is you were recently filming for Family Feud. Is that correct?
That's right. My
Yeah.
episode comes out in October. Oh, this month.
Yeah, when in October?
Potentially, it's going to be this, I think, the second or third week of October. We haven't gotten word yet of what day our episode films, but I think it'll be close to the beginning.
Excellent. And how did you guys do on the show?
That you're gonna have to watch.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. That was a bad question on my part.
But
Yeah. No
I'm the team
spoilers.
captain, so I'm like super extra energy. You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing it. But yeah, definitely, you could check out Marnie's Instagram as soon as it does come out, right? Or as soon as we have a show date, right? Please let us know, and we'll be sure to watch it. But speaking of Instagram and TikTok, so you post, like you mentioned before, you post a whole lot of cool stories and on Instagram and TikTok, about positivity, inspiring your own self-confidence and all that, inspiring self-confidence in other people. So please talk, what would you say is your best advice for positive thinking and building up your own, building up your own self-confidence? What would you say is your best
What,
advice?
what a great question. Oh my gosh. I really think that it's a journey. It's a journey. So it it you are in charge of your own mind. Sometimes it's not easy to realize that, but it's like take the steps to get you there. If you love, on the outside, if you love wearing bright colors and lipstick, get it, girl. Like, do it, do it. I love wearing, bright, whatever. It makes me feel my best. So I'm gonna do it every day. That pulls up that confidence. It's finding the little steps. Dancing, because I've done it for years, my whole life. That is a big part of my confidence because I'm confident in that skill. So it's building up step by step, figuring out the ways of what you can do next to get yourself to that next level. And just staying positive is so important. Like, it's so easy to fall into our negative, sad, spot part of our mind. But especially in this quarantine, like, I'm usually extremely happy and positive. I've really had to work harder to bring myself back up there because it's tough. I'm not an audience coordinator, and that was my dream job. So little pieces where I'm like, okay, I'm still, it's all about just staying positive and telling yourself you can do it. Like, positive affirmations are so key. I am smart. I am talented. I'm kind. I'm friendly. Like, it sounds conceited, but it's not. It helps you realize who you are without outside validation. It's from the inside.
Absolutely, and if I may add to all that, and I think it's kind of paraphrasing also what you just said is I find personally clarity, being clear on what you're good at, being clear on your own personal strengths, being clear on just what you're good at, and focusing on that as opposed to questioning, am I good enough? Because me personally, that's where I'd say my anxiety usually comes from. My question sometimes, like, am I good enough for this job? Am I good enough for whatever I want to achieve, so and I find that absolutely with affirmations and clarity on what you're good at is definitely one of the biggest ways that you can really maintain positive thinking and overcome any adversity or anxiety that you feel on a day-to-day basis. Maybe not so much trauma, but just day-to-day anxiety. And let's talk about that a little bit. So now I asked you, what's your best advice for positive thinking? So you said how during COVID-19, naturally as an audience coordinator, right, you're stuck in your home, right? You're not, who knows when the next chance you'll get to be in a large audience of 70, 100,000 people. So how do you overcome, that anxiety or adversity when you do feel like you're going into that low self-esteem kind of mode? How do you overcome that?
It's a great question. There's so many different ways, like positive affirmations and putting yourself together. Those are two things for me that, like, just bring me right back up. If I'm, like, comfortable in my pajamas or whatever, getting myself done and ready to go already takes my mind up to the next level. I've been reading a lot. I've been doing a lot of self-development and just, exploring what others have to say. So, like, just surrounding yourself with positivity. Great positive people. We don't have time for negative people. Cut them out of your lives. I love the Instagram accounts that only post, like, positive, motivating, like, you can do this. It's okay if you have a bad day. Keep going. Like, those posts that I see daily, they just keep me going because it's like, okay, I'm not alone. Other people think this way as well, and we're all just trying to keep pulling each other along. So there's different steps to take for everybody, but Just really, really, really believing in yourself and surrounding your whole life with positivity.
And I think also, again, I'm going to paraphrase what you said. I mentioned clarity before, but what you're basically saying is also being productive with your anxiety or adversity, right? Understanding the roots of where it's coming from, understand why you feel this way, and being, and saying, what, okay, now that I know I feel this way because X, how can I, what are the steps that I need to take to feel better and overcome that and stay positive and be productive with it, right? So like me personally, I find like, look, if I have trouble sleeping at night, again because of anxiety or whatever, then I try to understand why. And sometimes if I wake up in the morning, kind of fall back asleep, I'll just be like, screw it, I'll go work out, I'll get my day started early and be productive, and you feel a lot better after. And I'm
Yeah.
sure you do the same, and I know you do a lot of the same thing, right?
Yeah, I've had anxiety for the first time in my life during quarantine. I'm thinking about the past because I was on a roll. I have a 7-page resume of, doing all these crazy things, running around the city. And then I was supposed to be an audience coordinator potentially right now, full time. And so when I think about the past, I get anxious. When I think about the future, I get anxious too, because I'm like, where am I going? Where am I headed? What's next for me? I have no idea. Where should I put my energy? Even now, just thinking about that gives me so much anxiety. Anxiety in general comes from thinking about the past or the future. It's all about staying present. That is, I just finished a book, and that is what it concludes. All we have is this present moment. So if you're anxious every single day for every single moment, that's your life. That's your current world. So it's like, what is in your control, what's out of your control, and then it's your mindset around all of that. So yeah, it's taking those steps and staying grateful. So I get so, anxious and like confused and frustrated, but all I have to do is think about like 10 things I'm grateful for, and it humbles me back down, puts me into perspective. I'm so grateful for my family and my friends and my health and the roof over my head and the food in my fridge. Like, just simple with the country we live in. Like, and it just levels me back out of like, okay, there's not really, what's the point of stressing for this one thing? Yeah, you got to think about it, but it's also like, take a look at your overall circumstance, and it's gratitude that will pull you right back up.
Yeah, and I totally agree. I mean, like, me too. Like, look, what we don't know is like the past is what we know, but there's nothing we can do about it. And the future, there's nothing we can do about that. I mean, we can't do things about it, but we don't know what's out of our control and how that's going to affect us. We don't really know. So I completely agree. Just focus on the present. What could I do right here, right now? And yeah, just make the most of what's in front of you. So, and with that being said, so again, kind of pulling all that together, I want you to make a statement and a message to all those feeling anxious and uncertain with this impending second wave of COVID-19 getting, worse and worse almost by the day. What's your statement and message for those people that are uncertain and anxious about it?
You are not alone.
I like it. Short but sweet. Short but sweet to the point.
That's my statement. That's the bottom line of what I believe in, what life is about. Like, we're not alone. Everyone's going through this. And something you're going through, somebody else has definitely gone through that or is going through that now. Like, you are not alone, and we're all in this together. We're all in this together. Where if someone, posts that they're doing this, really? We're all just like having our down days and having these anxious moments, and like, a day that you don't want to get out of bed. So many other people feel that way as well. So for somebody who's feeling anxious, positive affirmations and gratitude, and know that you're not alone. We're all in this together.
Again, I completely agree, which is why this is so fun. But yeah, so and with that being said, so if God forbid we go in another full lockdown situation again, like I know Quebec, my family in Montreal, and all my friends and listeners to the show are currently locked down actually in Quebec, where they're not allowing any gatherings or anything like that, pretty much where they were at in March and April. But again, how will you be busy? How will you be keeping busy during another situation where Ontario and Toronto possibly has to go into a full lockdown situation again?
I'm going to appreciate the time I have with my family, living at home. I'm going to read. I'm going to watch Netflix, but I'm also going to push harder with my career of hosting. I've already gotten, 3 auditions in the past week. So things are looking up there. I'm trying to just do more. Like I'm just starting to. I just posted that I'm going to be teaching cardio dance fitness classes every Monday for the month of October to start your week off with a bang. And I'm going to be shining a light on some organizations that are making a difference. So I'm going to do what I can. And I also want to connect with people and just my goal is to connect with at least 5 new people a day, 4 maybe that I know, and 1 new person a day. So I want to just like reach out and do that, and then post more positivity and be active online, because that's all we have right now is online. So I've had a weird situation where I'm kind of wanting to relax, but then working. Then I'm like, but what am I working towards? But then how am I trying to relax? Like it's hard for me to completely delve into both, but that's what I'm working on, staying completely present and diving into whatever I'm doing at that moment and being grateful for it. So a lot of things off camera, on camera, a lot of everything. Everything, all good stuff. But yeah, gonna just be kind to myself, because that's all we can do for ourselves.
Yeah, and that's obviously true, but also I was kind of looking to emphasize the things that you'll be doing virtually and online, because I know that in the past, during the previous lockdown, you were doing a lot of online Zumba and classes and workouts as well on your Instagram channel. So I want to take that as another opportunity to promote you and to encourage our listeners and viewers to follow Marni on Instagram and see what awesome workouts and Zumba classes that she'll be leading on her Instagram. And yeah, I'm sure you'll. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it in action. I mean, hopefully, again, we don't go into another full lockdown situation. But yeah, just I want to use that as another opportunity to promote you there. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
my pleasure.
Everyone, come join me Mondays in October, starting this Monday. I don't know when you're going to post this, but it'll just be. I'll post also the classes on my Instagram, so you can join, like follow along later, and also take a look at the organizations that I'm going to be promoting, because they're doing great work. And yeah, follow me. I'm going to be posting more positivity and more, I have a self-love series that I've been posting on TikTok and on my reels. So yeah, definitely continue following me, and just know that we're in this together. So yeah, I have dance videos and I have my podcast coming out as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually, I want to segue that into this next question. So you've told me that it's taken you about roughly 8 years to work on your online social media presence for about, yeah, it took you about 8 years to get to where it is right now, correct? So what's your best advice to those that want to start a TikTok or podcast, or even become Instagram popular, I guess, right? Just in general, make a name for themselves in the on social media or in the media field. What's your best advice?
Such great questions out here. Best advice is plan it and then execute. A lot of people over plan and then they're nervous to execute. If it's a new page, do it. If it's something out of your comfort zone, do it. Still do it. Like, I don't have many followers on TikTok, but I have a ton on Instagram. And yeah, Instagram, I joined in 2012. So it's taken me a long time to grasp what I'm about, what I'm trying to put out there. I'm still figuring that out. So it's quality over quantity. And a lot of people say find your niche, which is true, but I'm also going to rebuttal that, because I am a host, dancer, choreographer, Zumba instructor, trip leader, audience.
You have a lot of niches.
And I love doing it all. So I want to be that inspiration for somebody to say, hey, you can do it all. I'm also a production assistant on a movie upcoming. And so I don't know what is going on, but I love doing it all. So you can do it all, and you can also find a niche. So on TikTok, my niche has started to be my self-love series. So I'm going to really, really, really continue pushing that. And, you know, so I've seen success in both of, you know, like doing whatever you want to, like, I've seen a lot of people, you know, they are like yoga instructors, and they also, I don't know, are into dogs. So, you know, just shine and like push and promote and post what you love. We have the power in our hands to be and do whatever we want to be and do. Like some Instagrams and podcasts and TikToks, they're so random, but they are so successful because that person is so passionate about what they do. So anything's possible. We have the internet, and it's at our fingertips, and we are the creatives. So go for it and figure it out along the way. What works, what doesn't work. Okay, this hashtag wasn't great. Okay, this post, the lighting wasn't good. I'm going to try better next time. Trial and error, and go for it.
Excellent. That's great advice to get near the end of this show, and yeah, honestly, I could use some of that advice as well. So thank you very much. I do have one more question for you, though, Marni, and I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot here, if I haven't already. This is primarily a sports channel, so I want your best take on this. All right. So, who is better, the Toronto Maple Leafs or Montreal Canadiens, and why?
I am not a sports person, but I'm going to say Toronto because Toronto!
That's okay. That's okay. I'll give you that. But yeah, no, I'll get.
I just want to rep my city.
Fair enough. I'll always be repping my city too. So go Habs, go.
What do you think?
Well, I just think that the Leafs are just overspent on their top four forwards of Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, William Nylander, and John Tavares. So, and right now they have questions at goaltending. They have nothing else after that. So. This is one of the biggest, most important off seasons for Kyle Dubas. The draft's this upcoming week, so we'll see what happens, and yeah, we'll take it from there. But I just think that the Leafs are trending downwards, and the Canadiens right now with Kotkaniemi, Suzuki as their cornerstones at center, and also don't forget Philip Deneau, Shea Weber, Jeff Petrie, Carey Price, and Nets. The Canadiens are trending up, and the Leafs are trending down right now. So that's basically it.
Lot of ass. Look at you go.
So, yeah, thank you so much again, Marni, for joining the show today. This has been a LANGERR at the Mic special edition this Saturday. And, of course, if you love this interview and if you want to see more awesome guests like Marni, like Paul Romanuk we had a couple weeks ago, we're going to also have Hugh Burrow from Sportsnet 590 joining the show this week as well. If you want to see more guests, then subscribe to my channel and like this video. Give a big thumbs up. This has been a LANGERR at the Mic edition, and thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time.